YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today is Wednesday, February 9th, 2022, and I hope y'all are safe and healthy. For today's video, we're going to take a look at a build that is a lot of fun to run, and I actually had to dust off this exotic weapon. You guys guessed it, the Bullet King by the title. You also guessed it, the Striker gear set. I got that buff, and it just makes this gun so much fun to run. It's the only build, like I said, I threw this in my stash and I just had it as a trophy because I didn't have any builds that just went well with it. And this striker buff just really, man, it makes this gun so much fun to run. So without further ado, let's get into the gameplay followed by the build breakdown. I hope you guys enjoy the video. YouTube, roll the clips.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Okay guys, let's break down the build. As mentioned, we are running the Bullet King exotic LMG. For the secondary, we are running the ACS 12 shotgun. I'm running 4-piece striker, the Petrov gloves, contractors, and the Seska backpack with vigilance. And for my specialization, we are using the gunner specialization. Here's a look at my specialization tree. Just make sure that you have the weapons that you are using highlighted, like the LMG and the shotgun. This is just one of my favorite specializations to run with any PvE build with the armor on kill, the ammo refill. It's all just great for PvE content. For our primary, we are using the Bullet King Exotic LMG. Now, there's nothing fancy about this gun except for that you never run out of ammunition. And so, mixed with the Striker gear set, when you get those stacks up and you got that weapon handling mixed with the rate of fire, it just makes this gun a lot of fun to run and the only way I would probably ever run it. On our secondary, I used the ACS-12 shotgun with damage to targets out of cover in the third spot, and Optimus, which says weapon damage is increased by 3% for every 10% ammo missing from the magazine. Pummel is also a great talent to run. I'm sure you guys saw on the, if you watch the gameplay, that when I get up close, this is just the easiest way to build the stacks up, and it just melts. Moving on to the gear, for our first piece, we have a Striker's Mask with weapon damage, critical hit chance, and a critical hit chance mod. On our second piece of gear, we are running the Striker's Battle Gear chest piece, and this is going to activate that 2-piece bonus of 15% weapon handling, and we've got weapon damage, critical hit damage, and a critical hit damage mod. And this is also going to give us that Striker's Gamble talent, which says weapon hits increase or amplify total weapon damage by 0.5%, stacking up to 50 times. 2 stacks are lost each second. On our holster, this is our third piece of Striker's Battle Gear. This is going to give us the 15% rate of fire, and I've got weapon damage and critical hit damage. And for the knee pads, this is our fourth piece of Striker's Battle Gear, and I've got weapon damage and critical hit chance rolled onto these. Moving on to our gloves, we are running the Petrov name gloves. The contractor's gloves is going to give us that 10% LMG damage. We've got weapon damage, damage to armor, and critical hit chance. And last but not least, we are running the Seska backpack. This is going to give us that 10% critical hit chance. And I've got weapon damage, critical hit chance, and critical hit damage mod. I'm running the talent Vigilance, which says weapon damage is increased by 25%, taking damage, disables this buff for 4 seconds. Now, I went with this talent and this backpack to optimize my damage and critical hit chance, but I found myself running around more so than I would have liked, because when I was making this build, an LMG build is more of a cover shooter. You're going to be hiding in cover and shooting from cover, but I found myself running around a lot more because the enemies just hide. And so maybe the Memento, if you catch yourself running around a lot like I was doing, the Memento is another great option. You can't go wrong with it. Taking a look at our skills, I run the Reviver Hive in one spot just in case I go down and need to get picked up. On our second skill, this is subject to change depending on your playstyle. I like the Striker Drone because it can draw the enemies out of cover, and it is just a nuisance to them, and it can finish off those enemies that are down to, a little bit of health bar and continue to hide from you. Let's take a look at the stat sheets. Now, this thing is not sexy on paper. We are setting at 55% critical hit chance and 111 critical hit damage. Now, if your build is fully optimized, you will be at max critical hit chance. But yeah, this thing's not sexy on paper, but you guys saw what it does. It wreaks havoc, and it absolutely melts the enemies. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's build video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to smash the like button and leave me a comment on what you liked. If you didn't like it, leave me a comment on what you would change. Tell me why you would change it to that. And this build was a lot of fun to make, and it's a lot of fun to run, so you guys should definitely try it out. And subscribe for future content, guys. We'll see you in the next video.